guys are never going to believe this. So I was down in Franklin, dropped off a student from Vanderbilt down there, and I got another trip, and it said 37. So I thought it was $37. So I'm like, that's great. I need to take that trip. Well, I didn't see how far it was. And I got a text from the writer, and he said, I've got a BMX bike. Is that okay? I can take the wheels off if I need to. And I'm like, okay, yeah, that's fine. So I drive about 12 miles out into the woods off 840 somewhere in Franklin. And here's this young man, sun-tanned from the day, and he's got his bike and a backpack. And I'm like, okay. And when he gets in the car, that's the first time I realize that he's going all the way from Franklin to the Tennessee-Alabama state line. Up until that point, I didn't realize that's what I was accepting. He was already in the car when I realized that. And so he's like, oh, thank you. This is my first Uber trip. And I'm like, oh, well, I'm so honored to be your first Uber driver. That's so cool. And we start talking. He's like, yeah, I've been riding my bike all day. And I said, oh, like dirt bike stuff or what? And he's like, no. Do you know where Louisville is? And I'm like, yeah, like Kentucky? He's like, yeah. I started driving from there yesterday, or riding. I'm like, wait a minute, what? I said, you rode your bike? And he's like, yeah. I rode my bike all the way to North Nashville. And I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, I'm going. I said, where are you going? And he goes, I'm going to Florida. I've got a job there. I've got to get there. And I'm like, what? So anyway, turns out that he rode his bike all the way from somewhere in Ohio to Kentucky for a job a year ago. And the work there dried up. He's a tradesman. He knows a bunch of different trades, like tiling and all kinds of stuff, handyman type stuff, but like finishing stuff for construction. And he's worked on restoring furniture and all this kind of stuff. And so he was offered a job from a friend down in Florida, so he's got to get to Florida. He's riding his bike. He's riding his bike. And I asked him how old he was, and he said he was 24. And he told me about his mom, and not a whole lot, just a little bit. And I said, I imagine if your mom could help you, she would have. And he said, yeah. So I said, did you look into going on a Greyhound? You know, a bus? And he's like, yeah, it's expensive. Okay. I'm like, more expensive than Uber? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, okay. And we went up this enormous hill on the highway here in the car as I'm driving. And he goes, oh yeah, I've had to go up a bunch of these in the last 2 days. And I couldn't get over the hill. Or I mean, I could. He said he did get over the hill, but like this would have been a lot. He said it would take 7.5 hours to ride his bike from the gas station where I picked him up in Franklin to the border of Tennessee and Alabama, which is where I dropped him off, exit 1. And I was like, wow. Anyway, this is a human being that is so completely determined to better his life and to take advantage of the opportunities that he's aware of, that he is literally riding. I mean, just for perspective, it is, let's see, what time is it? It's 6:46 right now. It's 90 degrees outside. So he's been riding in the heat all day. It is the 4th of July, and he is spending it on his way to independence. Pretty amazing. And I knew he wouldn't kill me, I could tell. And I told him he could go to sleep, and he's like, no, I'm too anxious. And I'm like, oh. And he goes, I don't think you'll do anything. Like, no, I won't do anything. Anyway, amazing, amazing, inspirational story. Wow. riding his bike from northern Kentucky